So we've only got 6 picks left.
Oh man.
And there are some big name games
I know.
that we have not put on this list. And
How are we gonna round out the top 10?
there are my final 2 picks. I'm leaning towards stuff that may not be in the consensus, but I really want to see it on a Nintendo 64 Classic than some of the big names that are still waiting in the green room, waiting for their name to be called and walk on stage and get their cap to say that they're on in it. So
yeah.
Jason, number 10 pick. What do you got?
You have to give me a timer.
Okay.
Oh man, I'm between like 3 of them, and I keep telling myself like I want games that are that like define my experience.
That's fine. I think that's where I'm going ultimately. I'm following my heart.
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
I think I made a mistake putting so many down here. Okay, I think if I have to go with my experience, I am gonna go with the only real RPG I can think of on there and pick Paper Mario for number 10.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Lock that in. Yeah. So if y'all haven't played the series, it's great. But it was essentially the successor to the Super Mario RPG on the SNES, which I think is on the SNES Classic. So hooray. But it's different. But it really carves out its own sort of style in the terms of Mario RPGs and how it all works. And I think it's loved and cherished by a lot of people. So much so that even during the convention we had last week, one of my friends and I were just talking about the series in general. And the things that we like about it is that it takes brand new characters and puts them into these fun situations where it's actually relevant that you care about those characters. So while the Mario and Luigi series nowadays is more about like fun sort of action and how you combat enemies and the jovialness between Mario and Luigi, the original Paper Mario was more about like just the fun characters and good writing and a fun story. And so it kind of makes sense. Like I think it even opens as like a story book. So it's this neat adventure that's told, I don't know, through this paper aesthetic, and it's really fun, really cute, and I think it's a solid choice.
Okay.
Rounding out number 10, it's good.
I never played it because I have it here. My brother played it and loved it and loves that whole series. At the time I loved Super Mario RPG, and I saw this was not Super Mario RPG 2, and I said no thank you. But
that's totally legitimate. Like that's such a valid point. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I never played it either, but it was on my list because it's one of those games that I've been told I need to play it, and I'm like, well, make it easy for me to play it. Put it on N64 Classic. It may have been on one of the other virtual consoles, so I might actually have it, but. So it's one of those I can't argue with that pick at all because I've heard nothing but good things about it. So
yeah, I mean it launches a RPG franchise that even had its own spin-off, and I mean it's Mario. Like what else are you gonna say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting it down to it. 5 picks left. Some big games still on the board. I'm gonna throw some names out there. Some games that may not make the cut. Super Smash Bros is still floating out there. Wave Race 64 is still floating out there. 1080 snowboarding,
Literally.
Banjo-Tooie, Diddy Kong Racing.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah. Conker's Bad Fur Day still out there. Sin and Punishment still out there. The Turok series. Some may not see that as a big thing, but I know that game held a lot of weight at the time. Still out there. None of the Mario parties have made our list, and I would argue that the best Mario Party game was on the Nintendo 64. We'll see.
These games were on my list. We just have to pick them one at a time.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll get there.
With the number 11 pick, I'm going to take Mario Golf.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
I love this game so much. I'm generally not a sports video game guy, but like Mario Golf is so fantastic. They got like the perfect balance of arcade golfing action with simulation mechanics. Like I felt like every shot, like with all the variables of like wind and the types of clubs and your arc, like you could perfectly control every single shot. But then it still had fantastical courses to compensate for the realism of your shooting. The golfers had a wide variety of different shooting styles, whether people would hook or slice their shots, different strengths. Yeah. I love the power shot system on that of having to time it just right. And it had a bunch of amazing courses and modes to play in single player or multiplayer. And I love Mario Golf 64 in particular because after that, like, the GameCube game I thought got a little too wacky with the power-ups, and I'm kind of a Mario Golf purist in that I liked it when it was more realistic, but Mario Golf on the Nintendo 64 still a phenomenal game.
Yeah. Not sure how JJ feels on this guy, but I agree with you. It's good. I really debated between Mario Golf and Mario Tennis, making my little short list.
Also on my short list.
I ended up picking neither of them, but no, it's solid. And it's by Camelot, so if you played like Hot Shots Golf, it's the same idea. But yeah, no, it's good, man. And I think it's the right blend of arcade and realness and the Mario zest that makes it good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have not played that one either, but I almost put it on my list just because I know that the people say it's really good. But I tried to keep my list too. These are games I played that actually have meaning to me. So yeah, but can't argue with it.
That's fair. All right, JJ with the number 12 pick. What are you thinking?
Yeah, so this is mainly for nostalgia for me, because I think I don't remember it being that good. But there's some games on the NES and SNES Classic that I don't think are great. At least the memory of them is better than trying to play them now in 2018. But I have to say Excite Bike 64.
Yes.
That's a good one.
I love the original Excite Bike. Played it with my brothers all the time. And it was one of those games which the N64 was great. There were a bunch of games like this, and we've mentioned a few already, where one of my favorite NES series, oh my gosh, it's in 3D now. This is so amazing. And like some of the tracks that were designed like the old 2D tracks, just the lanes, and it was just straight, and the word angular hills that you would go over, and it was just I don't think it was that great, but I just remember being blown away because like it's Excite Bike in 3D. There's nothing better than this. So it had to be on my list. I mean, because it was just one of those. Whenever the N64 came out, that was just one of those games that it was just like, this is the future.
Right.
I will fight you.
Go on.
I will fight you on that point. Excite Bike 64 is awesome, and it is one of the most slept on games on the Nintendo 64. Once again, like the dirt bike racing on it is just like fantastic, and it had its stunt mode, and so many people just don't even know this game exists, and it's so much better than the Excite Bike everybody knows, which is actually trash. But that Excite Bike 64 is just like a fully fleshed out dirt bike racing game, and it does everything well.
Yeah. I think it was, of all these games, I think it's the only one. Oh no, I don't. I also don't know Mario Golf. I own the rest of them. But I remember renting Excite Bike, and the thing that stands out most to me is that crazy side mode where you're trying to go up that mountain. That's Excite Bike 64, right? When you pretty much go like straight up to try to get it. Oh, that was so fun, and it reminds me a lot of the Trials games now. The same sort of idea where you don't want to fall off, and that was really cool. That was a fun game.